Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome back to the Jeffries network on OpenTTD. It's been such a long time since I last played this game. Obviously for you guys it's been just over a week since the last episode. For me it's been just over 2 weeks since I last sat down and recorded an episode. And that kind of played in my favour in the end. As you know, I gave myself 2 weeks instead of 1 to do the website. I'll start with the website actually. The website is live, guys. It exists. It is live on the website, I suppose. Jeffries.com, M4J3FFR135.com. Loads of cool things on there now that weren't on there before, including the downloads page that you guys have been correctly nagging me for ages. Rightly so, because I really messed up on that one. But it is there. It exists. Please, please, please do go and use it. Use it, utilize it, download from it, whatever you wish. It is finally up and running, and I'm really pleased with it actually. I don't normally say this about my website design. I tend to think my website design is a little bit on the poor side, but there are certain pages that I am very, very happy with. So I am very, very pleased with how it's turned out. Hopefully you guys agree with me on that. But then comes the bad news, unfortunately, and it's nothing to do with the website. It's nothing to do with this series. It's more to do with me. I gave myself 2 weeks to do the website, and I needed those 2 weeks in the end because I injured my hand 2 Tuesdays ago. As I said, I did a live stream the Friday before last where I said about hurting my hand, and I said I wasn't going to say what I did. I'm still not going to say what I did because it was still really stupid and I still shouldn't have done it. But that did mean that I was very limited in what I could and couldn't do in terms of recording and actually building, etc. So it still hurts quite a lot now actually. Both my live streams I've done since I took my week off, both of them, I've actually been in quite a bit of pain throughout and not really said much about it. I've had to reteach myself how to hold an Xbox controller so it doesn't hurt too much. As I say, it was a really stupid, dumb thing that I did. So I'm not going to say what I did, but just know that it was stupid. It was stupid. But we are back. That's the main thing. We are back and we are up and running. The reason I'm telling you about my hand again is just so that you'll know when I'm a little bit off in terms of clicking, if things are a little bit off, that's why, because I'm still struggling quite a bit to actually use my hand properly. So hopefully you guys can understand that. It shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. Just, as I say, it's just a little bit painful still. But you might notice, depending on how these platforms work, we are actually building on hang on, let me get my words. Let me find my words, and then I'll be able to say what I want to say. We are building a new set of platforms for Wardinghatton Central, and this will come into play very, very soon, and you'll see why I'm doing this. Hopefully, does this have like a buffer stop type thing? It does. Oh, it does. That is awesome. There we go. And let's go with this type because it's got the underpass. Perfect. Perfect. So this is a new platform. It's actually going to be a metro platform, believe it or not. It might not seem like it right now, and it might also not seem like a good idea to integrate this, but I had an idea. I was planning out some metro lines, and I decided to do the hardest one first in this episode so that you can see what my idea was. The idea here is to expand. I just hear a steam whistle. That must be this train. Yeah, it must be that one. It has like a steam whistle for some weird reason. But I'm going to reutilize this section of track that we ended up not really using much because I rebuilt the track. But Flatwood wasn't actually a bad idea for a station. So I'm going to take this back slightly. I'm going to reuse the existing connection that we've got here, and I'm going to rebuild Flatwood Station down on this side of things. So I need to go up to, no, down to, round to. Where are they? The rural. I'm looking for the rural station. There it is. Rural stations. I think this will be pretty cool for this idea. So 2 track, and we're going to put you. Make sure this is part of Flatwood. There we go. go for the benches with the fence. We'll go for the shelters with the fence. How long are these stations, by the way? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So these ones I think are shorter than the other ones that we've got, but that's alright, isn't it? I'd say that was alright. Is that an underpass? No, it's just a shelter. Okay, let's build this cool little bridge then. And there we have it. That's one station done. And if I come down this way, we're going to skirt round the outside of Runt Hill. Actually, no. No. Just had an idea. This is something, actually something else that I wanted to talk about in this video. Is to do with like language divides. Is that the right term? Not really. It's to do with gaps in languages and how things can get mixed up. So this is going back to a long time ago now. Episode 10 of this series, I believe it was, when I was building what I used to call metros in the old guard town, which doesn't exist anymore. Well, it does still exist. You can download it. It's on the website. Nice little plug there. But I was building sort of a metro not in the style of a metro. And this was picked up on by somebody. And let's not be rude. Let's remember your name. So excuse me, I'm just grabbing my phone as well. Let's get that loading up whilst I'm building. I'll tell you who said it in a second. But the basic concept of the conversation was, I called it a metro when it didn't fit in with the definition of the metro. And yes and no was the answer for that. And I've since sort of expanded the conversation with Baptiste Wilbo. That's who it was. Baptiste Wilbo. Thank you for the comment, first of all. I always thank people for the comments. But yeah, basically he was right in that I was building a metro, not in the literal sense of metro, but I was also sort of in the right in that the metro I was building was in line with the Metropolitan Railway, whereas he is French, and the French metro, as you know, in Paris, for example, is underground, mostly underground. So it's like the underground system of Paris. That is literally what it is. It's the rapid transit system of Paris. So I said metro, and he took it as underground railway, whereas in actual fact it wasn't. It was metro as in metropolitan. For those of you who don't know, and I didn't know this until fairly recently, and I found it quite interesting reading about it, the Paris Metro got its name from the Metropolitan Railway in London. So basically, Metropolitan Railway is what's now known as the Metropolitan Line. It also incorporates a lot of the District Line and some of the lines that aren't actually, that's not what I wanted to build, they're not actually part of the underground anymore. So there's lines that go out to Aylesbury, Amersham, Chesham. They are all part of what used to be the Metropolitan Railway, which is now not the Metropolitan Railway, if that makes sense. So when they were building the railway in Paris, originally it was going to be called Metropolitan, or the French equivalent of Metropolitan, which I'm not going to try and say because I'm going to butcher it and I don't want to offend anybody. But that's where the name came from. So the Paris Metro is actually short for Metropolitan. That's why it's called Metro. So it's one of these weird roundabout things that I probably wouldn't have mentioned it if it wasn't for that comment. And as I say, he wasn't wrong. He was not wrong. In no circumstances was he wrong. It's just very interesting that there is this language divide between English and French as to what the metro actually is. I do find that really interesting. There's probably a lot of people out there who don't find it interesting, and that's absolutely fine. But I've always found language fairly interesting, sort of the origin of words, and that was one of them. Because as I say, I didn't know till fairly recently the origin of the metro. I thought the metro was actually the original, the originally named metro. You know, everything metro related came from that, but it's not true. It's all named after the Metropolitan Railway. So, fairly interesting. As I say, fairly interesting. For me, anyway. fairly interesting for me. But I've had loads of comments since I've been off air, and I've had loads of awesome ideas. And I did say, first episode back at least, I would be working on mass transit in Gardcity, and that's exactly what I'm doing by building this line. And I said I was going to start with the hardest first, and you might be thinking this doesn't look too difficult. That's because I haven't got to the hard bit yet. The hard bit's coming up, and it's really threading the eye of the needle kind of stuff. It's going to be very, very tricky to actually get built, and I'm not particularly looking forward to doing it. But, you know, I made my bed, I've now got to lie in it. But I'll talk you through some of the ideas that I've had suggested to me. So, let's just scrolling down the list again. Bear with me. So I've got to remind myself of some of these people and how to pronounce their names. Okay, so Ben de Roche. Please tell me that's the correct pronunciation. I know you told me as well, and that's really embarrassing. But you had the suggestion for... Where is it? I can't even find it now. Where the heck is it? That's really weird. I've lost it. I can't actually find the comment, but I know what it was. The comment was, the suggestion was, doing something a bit like the old Dalby test track in Derbyshire. Is it in Derbyshire? I think it's in Derbyshire. It's in Derbyshire. I'm just going to say it's in Derbyshire. Even if I'm wrong, don't correct me. It's in Derbyshire, guys. I've moved the country around so that it's in Derbyshire. I'm sure it's in Derbyshire. Anyway, they're currently testing the Crossrail trains over there, along with some of the new Class 800s and 801s, and also some underground trains still, which I found a bit odd. There's a photograph of the Azumas running alongside the new S-Stock trains for the Circle, Met, District, and Hammersmith City. So I found that quite interesting. Anyway, that's really not the point. The point is, the idea was to create a similar type thing on this map. So somewhere have a test centre where new types of trains can be tested. And I thought that's a fantastic idea. And actually, another idea that was given on the same comment was to have it as a revenue earning service as well, if possible. So actually have trains running between two cities maybe, or two towns. And I really, really liked that idea. So that will be happening this week. I will build that this week, because I really, really liked that idea. I thought that was a fantastic idea, fantastic suggestion. But I kind of want to go one step further with it. So we have all these maintenance depots around our map where trains go between services to actually be serviced. Sounds fairly obvious. But one thing that doesn't actually realistically represent is what happens in the real world. Trains don't get built at the servicing depots. They get built at factories. They then go to the servicing depots, and then they get commissioned, and then they start running on the line. So, as well as having a test track, I'm going to have a factory built there as well, where all new trains on the network will start from. Or at least all new trains of a particular type. So it'll probably be electrification to start with. Maybe some diesels will come from there as well. But I really liked that idea, and it sort of ignited that idea in me as well. So thank you very much for that suggestion. I think it's one of the best suggestions I've had on the series as a whole. Obviously there are others. There are people who suggested ideas for videos rather than actual building, and that's cool as well. I like that suggestion type too. But I really like that idea of, it's something that I'd never thought about before, of a test track, and yet it's a really obvious one when you think about it. I read it and I thought, oh yeah, why didn't I think of that? It was that kind of response. But that's something I will definitely be doing in the next couple of episodes. As I say, I'm going to try and build it this week. It won't be like, I don't think I'll be dispatching trains from it this week, but I will certainly like to try and actually get it built this week. As I say, there's a lot of track building and stuff still needs to be done before we can really start running trains across the entire network like I want to. But it's a good start. And as I say, it's a really good suggestion. So thank you very much for that. Another suggestion which is from Turkle21. He wants me, or they want me, I shouldn't really assume, they want me to do a sort of, maybe not brief, but sort of viewing the entire network as it stands so far. And this is something that I kept telling myself to do, and always forgot to do. So it's kind of cool that someone's actually reminded me, because now I really don't have an excuse to not remember. Which is a good thing, don't get me wrong, that is a good thing. I needed that. I needed that little kick up the backside to sort of get going again. But that's, again, it's a really cool idea, is a sort of, this is what we've done so far. And I was actually going to do that at the start of this episode, and then I had these flashes of inspiration for metro building, so I decided not to do it. But maybe at the end of this episode, if I've got time, or at the start of next episode, definitely. I would like to do that, because, yeah, we've built a lot, and it is possible, for those people as well who haven't watched this map since the start, it is very possible that you don't know what this map actually looks like in its entirety. So I would, again, very much like to show you guys what we've built. And also, it gives me an opportunity to sort of, once again, tag the people who gave me the idea. That's the word I'm looking for. The people who actually gave me that inspiration and say, this is because of you. Because it's only fair. I don't do this by myself, you know. It wouldn't be fair if I said that this was all because of me. It's not. It's not because of me at all. This is because of you guys. And the fantastic ideas and suggestions that you give me. That's mainly the reason why this series exists, is because, you know, people are talking about it. People are wanting it. People are commenting on it. And that's absolutely amazing. And this actually leads me on to something else that I wanted to talk about, because my downloads page on my website has a little surprise on there. I asked you guys, must have been about 2 weeks ago now, if you wanted me to include Cities in Motion 2 downloads on the website. And I only got, I think it was 2 responses, but they both said yes. And I imagine there's a lot of people out there who watched my Cities in Motion 2 series who were disappointed when I ended it. And they're going to be really disappointed when I say this as well, because some eagle-eyed people noticed that I actually was on the game again this week, and I actually got some messages through asking if I was bringing the series back. No. 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 I stick with the no. Once again, I brought it back in the past, nobody watched it, and I stick to that. That's the reason the series will not be coming back for a very long time, because I gave in to the audience demand and felt let down by it. But that's not the reason I'm telling you this. That's not the reason at all. The reason I'm telling you this is because people saw me on the game, and they started asking me if I was playing the game again. And from time to time, I do still play the game. I haven't been put off by it at all. You know, I still love the game. It's still a fantastic game. I prefer playing Skylines at the moment, but Cities in Motion 2 is still very much up there. I will always have a soft spot for that game, because it's what made my channel more noticeable to people. A lot of people liked me playing Cities in Motion 2, and I will never forget that. That will always be one of the pinnacles of my channel. But I am not playing the game again. The reason I was on the game was because I was grabbing some files. And I wasn't just grabbing any file, I was grabbing the save files from the sandbox city that everybody loved me playing. And also, I had 2 sandbox cities, didn't I? I had the Central City sandbox, and I also had, I think it was the West City, I think. Again, I'm probably wrong. But I grabbed those save files, and the reason I was on the game is because originally the save files were on the cloud. And I had to take them off the cloud and pop them into an actual directory so that I could access them. And the reason I had to access them was because, and hopefully you guys are going to like this, they are available to download off the website. That is the reason, guys. People wanted it. It's there. If you want to go grab the files, they are available on majeffries.com. If you head onto the downloads page, you've got OpenTTD downloads, and you've also got Cities in Motion 2 downloads. So hopefully you like that. Hopefully I've actually done something that people wanted. Doesn't mean I'm playing the game though. Apologies for that. But it means you can grab my save files and actually play the game yourself, as if it was me playing it. Whether that's a good thing or not, that's entirely up to you. But it's there. It's an option. It's available. And as I said, there's 3 different maps available for those of you who want to download it. So hopefully you guys like that. And it was nice. I had a little look around as well while I was on there, just to sort of reminisce about what I built and how good it looked, how good it may or may not have been. I even made some tweaks as well, which people might like, people might not like. But it's done. It's there. It exists. So go over and check that out. And as I say, the original map that people wanted, that's available to download as well. So, yeah. The download page actually exists now. People have asked me what GRFs I use. Don't panic, guys. They're on the website too. I should put out a small disclaimer now. The NewGRF folder that you download is for this map, which doesn't actually exist on the website yet. I haven't uploaded it, and I won't do for quite some time still. But the reason I put it up there was so that you could download a GRF file, and then you have to take out the Japanese set, and you have to take out the oh cripes, what was the other one? Japanese set, the bridge set, and the Dutch add-ons in order for the game to load. I assume they're the ones you have to take out. The rest of them should be okay. Although again, I don't want to speculate because chances are I will be wrong. But they're the main ones. There might be a couple more. If actually, I know what you can do, because I actually set myself this up a little while ago. That was not a grammatically correct sentence. But anyway, if you go into the videos, sorry, I'm forgetting my words as I'm saying them. If you go to the videos from the old map, and you go to the video descriptions, you will see the GRFs, because I listed them. And I don't think I've actually changed that list, because I've now made the GRFs downloadable off the website, so you don't need to go through the game anymore to actually get them. So do that. Head down to the website, head to the video description, and then you can actually see which ones need taking out and which ones need leaving in for the different games to work. Hopefully you guys don't mind doing that. I'm sorry that it has to sort of be that way and not a little bit easier, but it really was the only way I could do it without having to go through and take things out and put things in, and it would have been a little bit messy. So I didn't do it on the lazy side like I normally would do, but I didn't exactly do it on the active side either. But as I say, hopefully that's alright with you guys. And I do apologise for being lazy, it's part of who I am, I suppose. But it's all there, and I'm really happy with the fact that it's all there. The website looks better than I anticipated, but it's still not 100% how I want it to be, but it is a lot better. It is a lot better. It's not great for mobile users, and it's not 100% great for PC users even. That's one of my big disappointments about Serif. I actually quite like using Serif. I find it an easy program to use. I tried using Dreamweaver, and oh my god, I think I have to learn Latin before I can actually get some success from that program. It is so complicated to do. You wouldn't believe the complications in just doing something simple. Like, I went on tutorials and I still couldn't work out what they were saying to do. That doesn't feel right to me. That feels like it's overcomplicated. When, you know, I spent, must have been about 3 hours going on tutorials trying to figure out what the hell it was I was supposed to do to make the damn thing work, and just nothing was working. And I don't like that. I think that's very off-putting when a piece of software doesn't work like you want it to. Which is why I went back to Serif, because I know Serif, I've used it before. I used it when I was at school even, so Serif is my go-to program when it comes to website design. And as I've said, I'm not a big fan of Dreamweaver well, I never was a fan of Dreamweaver because I'd never used it before, but I'm certainly not a fan of it now. It's impossible. And so far, my uni days, I haven't had to use Dreamweaver. I use Serif for my assignments, and I'm hoping that I can carry on doing that, because it would be a hell of a lot easier than having to use Dreamweaver. I just don't like it, guys. I really don't like it. There's very rarely that I detest using a piece of software. But Dreamweaver was one of those, unfortunately. Which is a shame, because I've seen what people can do with Dreamweaver and it looks really cool, but I just couldn't get my head around it. It just wasn't working for me. I've just realised I've kind of gone off kilter with this line slightly, so I might skip out this station and this station and actually go this way instead. As I say, this was the difficult one because I had to thread the eye of the needle. Whoops! I had to thread the eye of the needle in that I had to go through the centre of Gardcity, which I've kind of done. The bit that looked really tricky was in front of GSJ, but I had to move a couple of roads and stuff. But it's done. It's been built. I'm just going to take a sip of my drink. That's the other annoying thing, because I've busted my hand. I can't open the sports cap of my drinks bottles properly. This is what makes me sound really pathetic, though. I can't even open doors, guys, without being in searing pain. Physically, cannot open my bedroom door. That doesn't feel right, does it? I probably should have gone and got it checked out, but I didn't. Which is another mistake. So that wasn't very smart either. But yeah, it was very, very painful when I did it. Just don't be stupid. I mean, I don't need to tell you that. You guys are very intelligent, way more intelligent than I am. Just don't be stupid, though. Don't be stupid. Anyway, Gimple Bridge is where I'm going to build the next station. And I will build some other line that will come up this way. Now, Reedy Reed, if you're watching, which I know you will be, you will have noticed, and again I owe you an apology for this, but I've crossed the boundary. I had the boundary loaded up, but I've crossed the boundary for some of these. And I would like them on the map. I know that's going to be really awkward, and I'm a massive pain in the backside, which is why I'm apologising. But, again, I'm going for the London approach. Not the London look, the London approach. Of a lot of the London Underground lines do actually go outside Greater London. They go to Hertfordshire, they go to Surrey. I'm not going to name them all because I know I'll get them wrong. But they leave Greater London is the point I'm making. So in this map, the lines leave Great Gardcity, which is a funny name. But they do. They do cross the line. The line is the straight lines. So, I mean, you know where they are. They've been there since the beginning, pretty much. But these metro lines are a little bit mischievous in that they do cross the boundaries. Again, it's all about being realistic. I nearly said relativity, but that is totally not what I'm going for. It's all about realism. Not relativity. That is something completely different. That is Einstein territory. And this line is nearly finished. How long were you going? 28 minutes. That's a shame, actually. I was hoping to get 2 lines built, but looks like we're only going to get 1 done. I've tried to be strategic so that we haven't got huge, sort of massive interchanges as such. We've got interchanges, but they're not like Cities in Motion sized. Absolutely huge, way bigger than you would expect to find in real life. They're not like that at all. They won't all be like that anyway. I mean, Gardcity Exchange will be, and the GS stations will be, obviously. But the rest of them, not so much. Going to try and keep it as calm as possible. But I also had some requests to shake up my station style slightly, which is why I'm using the rural stations for this line in particular, or for this section of line, outside the city. Inside the city, I'm going to go for something a bit more... I've got city stations somewhere. There they are. I'm going to go for them and really build it up. Where was I? I was doing that, and then I was going to put an overpass in at the end, like so. Signal, crossover. And then I might even put the depot over here as well, just because I can. Okie dokie, so let's actually open this up a little bit bigger, shall we? So we can actually get more of the tiles on show. Now what does this look like? Not too bad, actually. I could live with that. I'm going to try and make these fairly standardized. I know people don't necessarily like that, but again, this is all about realism. The London Underground, there are a lot of standardised buildings. The Piccadilly line, for example, most of the buildings were designed by Charles Holden, so they are all built to a standard, sort of similar design. They're all got their own unique bits. I'm really getting my words minced today. They've all got their own unique sort of things. Like some stations have rotundas, some stations have ornate roofing, not roofing. Oh, hang on, we're in the city now, aren't we? But yeah, I've completely forgotten what I was saying again. I do that so much these days. It's unbelievable. Standardization, that's the one. It's all about standardization, making sure these stations look as realistic as they possibly can. Let's go for this type here, shall we? So again, these are all going to be built to a relatively standard design. And these stations here, for example, are going to be very close together. Very close together. Station hall. That's a buffer. I don't want a buffer. I've got to make sure this one isn't a buffer, actually. Duh. Yeah, that's cool. Let's just do this. And then do this. And then benches here and here. And then we've got St. John, which is going to be... I might just go for bare platforms here, actually, and have it... Maybe this one? An underpass? That works. And then have just platforms and then benches. That looks pretty cool. What is that? Oh, is that where I demolished the building? That must be where I demolished the building. Tronfingley docks. Yeah, I might as well link these up, actually. They're close enough. I don't see why not. I don't see the harm in it. So I might as well do it. Like so. And then we'll have another open air station here, but I will put some shelters there, and I will also tone those down a little bit. And now we're sort of heading out of the main city again. Sort of. I mean, we are and we aren't, because we've still got one big station to go. But for this section, it's going to be like parkland, so I might as well go back to the nice station. And then we come back down here to GSMA, and then it's going to be built up again. But here I have to go with the Dutch to make it fit in again. So we will have the underpass there. The benches will go there. The schedule will go there. And the CTAs will go there. Now we'll go back down to rural stations again for this last little section. In fact, have we? No, we haven't done this bit yet. So we'll pop you, we'll pop you, we'll pop you, and we'll pop you like that. And then here as well. Some of these stations could do with renaming, but I'm not going to do that right now. I like the idea of having two stations here. Some of these towns are going to be very big once they've properly grown. So it's a pretty cool idea to actually... let's do that. No. Let's do that. No. That one. There we go. That could be as an underpass as well. Some of these towns are going to be pretty big, so it would be wise to actually get this sort of going now. Wait, what am I getting going now? I can't even remember. That's not good. This, you can tell I haven't done this for a while, can't you? You can watch this video and you just go, oh man, he's out of practice. I mean, I've done 2 live streams, but live streams, the way I did the live streams, there was some silence involved. And I specifically said that before, like, the video even started. I said there will be some silence, so I'll let the game speak for itself. For those of you who don't know, I've been playing F1 2016, and it's an awesome game. I'm very much enjoying it, and my stream on Sunday, yesterday, was very, very successful. So if you haven't seen it, I suggest you go check it out, because it was very, very cool. I'm going to connect these up. Honfingley Central. Might as well. You're now on the Metro network, like so. How many more of these have I got? That one's already done, that one's already done. That one's already done, and we're in now. Okay, sweet. Let's unpause the game. I don't know why I kept it paused. Don't need it paused. Need it running. Alright, so we've got the Bartholomew line, which I need to name still, actually, thinking about it. Just checking this is all still... It's that bit there that throws me off, because it goes underneath. And then it goes via Flatwood and Runtill. And so this is going to be part of the Wardinghatton, Greater Wardinghatton, pretty much, which again is a massive... It's actually Chendington, which is the big city, big town. So I might change the name of this to Chendington. But it's in Wardinghatton. I don't know, it's confusing. But that's going to be another big city along with Dartbourne that we've got heading down in the other direction. This is the first metro line of the new metro. And now what I have to do is signal it, which is going to be very tricky because of the way I've put the stations in already. Not done myself any favours there. Let's put it that way. So I'm going to have to count these out very carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You there. You there. Put these along. All the way along like this. You there and you there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you go there and you go there. That's cool. You there and you there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, actually, this is working out okay so far. Although this corner will mess things up slightly, like corners always do on this game. Next set of signals will go here, I suppose, and then again, like that and like that. This actually isn't too bad. This actually is not too bad. Like that and like that. Whoops. Like that. Yep. That pops you there, doesn't it? Yep. Cool. So that one will go there. So there and there. So the next set will be just outside GSJ, which is perfect. And then we'll pop the next set. If I do it there and there, then I can get it across the bridge nice and easily. Then if I do it there and there... Actually, no, let's not do it there. Let's do it for the actual tunnel itself. Get the signals in the tunnels. Nope. That's the way around. Cool. And then I suppose I'll just pop you there. And I'll pop you there. Actually, no, that was a stupid idea as well. Just pop you there and pop you there. And drag these down. Pop you there and there. And then we'll pop the next ones here, just because it's easier to get the curves in. Okay, so there and there. So the next set will be here and here. Like so. Next set will be here and here. And then across the bridge. And then there and there. Whoops. Like so. And then there and there. We're nearly there now. Nearly there. A couple more to go. There and there. Flatwood, I think, is next. No. Branwell. Bronwell. Something. Brunwell. Yeah, Brunwell is next. Man, this is longer than I thought. This is longer than I thought, this line. We're going to be getting plenty of service on here then. I like the way it integrates with existing services as well. That's always cool. Right, now at this point I'm going to take it down to 5. Just to make the block sizes a little bit closer together, because here, especially, trains are going to be a lot tighter packed, so you want to make sure that there's enough of a gap. Alright. So as I say, we have the Bartholomew line, which goes round this... No, not round this way. Goes round this way through Tinned Head, which is massive now, by the way, and through like so. This line needs a name, and I'm looking to Reedy Reed once again, because he comes up with some fantastic names. I can't speak. Some fantastic names for the lines. So Reedy Reed, it's over to you, my friend. Name my line. Industrial fixtures. Just to pop this in, we'll do a 1x4, like so. And then one. Ready? Wait, which way round was that? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's strange. Alright. Let's get some trains running, shall we? Get some nice metro trains. Now I'm going to go for the same as we had before. I can't remember what it's called. Trans, that's the one. I'm not going to use these metro ones yet. I think they could be better used elsewhere on the network. So I'm going to stick with the basic British trains. We want to take this up to a length of 4, like so, which is actually quite long for a tube train. 8 carriages is quite long. I think the subsurface lines are 8, and all the rest are 7, apart from the Waterloo and City, which is 4. But I knew that, as you saw. Right, you go there, you go there. You are service, you are... Oh wait, hang on. Then you go there. You are no loading, no unloading. You are far end, you are far end, no loading. Perfect. Now let's pop this all in, shall we? Mindingville. Benfingford. There's a lot of stations on this line. It's going to take a long time for this train to actually go through and do its route. But I'm alright with that. I am alright with that. Quite like the look of these stations as well, coming into Gardcity. Got like some parkland here. I might chuck some trees in as well, just to make it look nicer. Gardcity Heights. That might get changed. GSJ, which is a very busy station. I might redevelop this area as well into more of the station. I might even move the tram stop over to this side. Flatten this hill slightly, make it a bit more manageable. There's my my HQ right in the middle of town. That might be moved in the future as well. Not right now though. Tronfingley Docks. Tronfingley South, which is not to the south at all, it's to the west. So I'm going to rename that right now. Are there any woods or anything? Have I missed woods? I hope not. I hate station names with woods. They're so annoying. Yes, you, Fronfing Hill. Why are you called woods? There aren't even that many trees around. It's absolutely pointless. None of these are. That's alright then. Where were we? Tronfingley West. Okay, so the next one is Bendinghead. And then it's to the Great GSMA. We have our first little connection with the third rail network. And then we come down all the way through here to Little Drayborough North, which is also not to the north, it's to the east. So I'm just going to rename it Little Drayborough. Like so. And Numpberg. And then Numpberg South, which is on the other side of the river. Which is cool, because this is going to expand, I'm sure. Then you've got Numpberg East, just a stone's throw away. Little Manhattan. Now we're leaving Greater Gardcity, and we're going into Runningbury Central. And then down to Brunwell. And then down even further to New Honingbury Central, which is a connected station with the River Line. Which I'm also tempted to upgrade to Metro for no real reason. And then Flatwood. And then Runthill. And then Baffingford Valley, which I'm going to rename to Baffingford North. Like so. And then to Baffingford itself, which is where we actually have a proper connection with the third rail network and the River Line. And then finally to Wardinghatton via, this is going to be far end, via Tardeston Metro. Sweet. This is all going to be 250 all the way down. apart from the usual stops at the end. And we're also going to put the speed limit in of 30 miles per hour. Actually, this is going to be hard. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. This is going to be hard to do. Because I want certain ones to go only at 30 miles an hour, and I want other ones to not go 30 miles an hour. So let's stretch this right out as far as I can, so I can have a proper long hard look at this. So I want the areas outside of the Gardcity area to be 60, or whatever the maximum speed of this train is. I think it's 60. Is it 60 or is it faster? Yeah, it's 60. That was not smart, Mark. That was not smart at all. So I'm going to pop you back there. Open this all the way up. I've already pinned it, so it won't go away again. So up to... oh, we've got two fronting hills. I'm going to rename this one to Central. Fronting Hill Central. There we go. Job's a good one. So up to Frontingville itself. So between Frontingville and GSMA, I would say. So between Frontinghill and GSMA, speed limit is going to be 30 in both directions. And then once it gets out of the city, it can go full tilt again. Until we get to Wardinghatton, and then I might put a speed limit back in, although that's not smart because none of the other trains have the speed limit, so that's not really worth it. It's all about connectivity. Gardcity is massive, but there are other big cities around it, which I've already got earmarked for metro lines as well. And tram lines. I haven't done the tram line earmarking yet, but there will be tram lines too. And there will be tram lines running outside of Gardcity, out to some of the smaller towns and cities around as well, and villages, I suppose. Sorry, then into my fan, and again. Yeah, there will be smaller towns and cities also linked up, sort of going along with what the Croydon trams do. They go out of Croydon into some of the smaller towns. It's just tedious doing this, but it's worth it in the end. So yeah, Reedy Reed, name my new metro line, or anyone else actually for that matter. Doesn't have to be Reedy Reed, but as I say, he's good at it, and he's also the one in charge of the map, so I have to do what he says. But anyone out there who has good ideas for metro lines, even if they've not been built yet, drop some suggestions down. Just random suggestions for metro lines. Best ones will be picked as per usual. Right, autofill. Good. We're going to create a new group, which we're going to stick this train into. So this will be M2 for now. And it goes from F to WC. F to WC, and it is... The last one was only 7, this one's 8. These trains are actually longer. Interesting. Unless I get rid of a carriage, but I'm not going to do that. So M2 is there. I'm going to drag you into the Gardcity Metro category, and then I'm going to drag this train in to M2, like so. I'm going to clone it. Let's do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That'll do, won't it? You're set to autofill, are you not? Yes, you are. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to start her up. And now I'm going to go along and I'm going to watch this fill out its timetable. But you guys don't have to, because it's the end of the episode. It is nice to be back. I know I'm a bit rusty and I'm trying to shake off some of that rustiness. Tomorrow's episode should be a lot better. I'll get my words in order a lot more. You know the drill. It'll take some time, but we'll get there again. But thank you very much for watching anyway. Hopefully you guys like the fact that I'm back. As I say, it's nice to be back for me, so hopefully you guys appreciate it too. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series. Drop some comments down below for ideas for future videos, and of course ideas for new metro line names. And until next time, I will see you soon.